the Chief of Public Affairs here in Yellowstone. We've been getting a few questions from visitors that have come out of the recent earthquake activity in the park. We did have an earthquake of 4.8 magnitude. Now that is the largest we've had in Yellowstone in over 30 years. But we see between 1,000 and 3,000 earthquakes a year in Yellowstone. Most of them are so small, nobody ever feels them. We've had this earthquake. It was near the Norris Geyser Basin, but there were no injuries, there was no damage. Some people who lived a few miles away didn't even feel the earthquake. It's just part of the geologic situation that we find here in Yellowstone. We get some pretty wild rumors out there. One of them happens to be about the animals. We do have bison, elk, and other animals that have moved outside the park recently. But they're doing that because it's the depth of winter. Food is a little hard to find in places inside Yellowstone, and they tend to migrate at this time of the winter outside the park to lower elevations where they think there might be something to eat that's easier to get at. When the snow melts off and things start to green up, those very same animals will walk right back into the park. We have a lot of geologic activity in Yellowstone. Frankly, we are just a few miles above some really hot magma. That magma serves as the heat that fuels the geysers and hot springs and fumaroles in the park. It's that engine that allows for the unique things that we see here in Yellowstone. We have seen no signs to suggest that the Yellowstone volcano is about to erupt.
Remember Yellowstone? It's the one with the bison, the geysers, the scenery, and, oh yeah, the giant super volcano. That last part isn't as well known, but it's there. An enormous magma chamber stationed directly under the nation's oldest national park. And here's the news. Scientists at the University of Utah have discovered another reservoir below the old one, and it's much, much bigger. The new blob of magma measures about 30 miles long, 44 miles wide, and at least 12 miles deep. Put together, it's enough magma to fill the Grand Canyon 11 times over. And for now, it's just sitting there, helping the upper chamber heat up the water that gives Yellowstone its hot springs and famous geysers like Old Faithful. The chamber also pushes on the ground above it, causing the ground of Yellowstone to rise or fall up to 3 inches a year. Between 2004 and 2011, Yellowstone was pushed almost a foot higher. But the volcano is capable of much more. Its last full eruption was 640,000 years ago in an event that covered most of the American West and Midwest in feet of toxic volcanic ash. The supervolcano's epic scale and potential for destruction has made it a popular subject of conspiracy theorists and what-if movies, something that this newest discovery is unlikely to change. But the scientists stress the actual hazard is still the same, and the upper chamber we already knew about would be responsible for an eruption. Researchers put the chance of a large eruption in any given year